What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. I am going live. I like feedback, I encourage it. Any type of constructive criticism, whatever, man. I do it for y'all, man. I want to give a shout out to the whole entire LDBC Lions Den basketball as well as boxing communities. I also want to give a shout out to my subs, of course, both my uh, day ones and as well as the new subs for continuing to show love and show support for the channel. Okay. Um, Allen Iverson, I wanted to talk about this for a second. Now, as you know, Allen Iverson and as well as Shaquille O'Neal both have signed lifetime Reebok deals. Um, Allen Iverson signed that lifetime deal. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, uh, I I apologize about that, y'all. Um, the deal is worth about it's going to be a yearly of 800,000 and 800 k, and that's going to be yearly, and it's going to be a trust fund of I think of 32 million for it's a trust fund of 32 million that is up at access. Um, I think until the it's like 2030 or something like that. But the main point that I wanted to make is that before he was about to sign with what's up with it, Ron? What's up with it, Mike? I see y'all in the building. Before he was about to initially sign with uh, with Reebok, he was actually going to be the first major athlete to actually sign with Jordan Brand, because you got to remember Jordan Brand was created, and I'm talking about when Jordan had retired, of course, and everything. He was going to be the first major athlete to sign with Jordan Brand AI, and I thought that that was a good decision of AI to go ahead and control his own destiny, and here's why. The reason why I say that is because when AI had first hit the league, okay, you have to remember Mike MJ was at his peak. He was at his best. Of course, he came back from baseball and everything. A year prior to that, okay, AI was in college, but in 95, 96 season, when AI had first hit the scene and everything, Jordan was still that guy. He had pretty much had came back to being back to where he once was shortly before he had retired in '93, and so he was still looked at as a guy. He came out with the shoes and everything, and Jordan's his his shoe sales were still through the roof at that time. But it was after they met that game, and when AI had did that move on him. Of course, we know how the story goes. He made the move on him. He shook Jordan and everything. And while his shoes were, they were doing all right in sales at that time. After he shook Jordan, man, his like I said, his shoes had went through the roof. His shoe sales had went through the roof, man. And actually, they were out selling Jordans at one point in time. And you could go look that up. Now, of course, Jordans will always be Jordans. People are always going to wear those and stuff. But the questions were what people wanted. They were, especially the younger generation that was coming in, because that's how it is. You got the old dog and you got the young dog. Well, you have that youth that was coming in, and of course. AI was seen as a rebel at that time. So a lot of the younger generation at that time were wanted to get the questions as opposed to the Jordans and whatnot. So I felt like it was a good decision of AI to continue to stick with this deal. He made his mark with Reebok, of course. Him and Shaquille O'Neal have both uh, signed lifetime deals and everything. And Shaquille O'Neal shoes, because after a while, Shaquille O'Neal, I think he ended up parting ways with Reebok, and then you started to find shoes in, like, Payless and stuff like that, with the Shacks and stuff like that. Whereas way back when, Shaq shoes cost a lot of money. Okay, but then guess what? Now Reebok is in places like Walmart. Back in the day, that was unheard of. You never saw, like, name brand, because Reebok was considered a name brand. You never saw that in Walmart, and it doesn't take anything away from Walmart, but a lot of people did not want to go to Walmart and shop, for shoes and name brand shoes and stuff and name brand apparel. Uh, so that changed a lot of things. Uh, my thing is this, right? When I look back at it now, and we look at it in hindsight, AI going to Jordan, Jordan Brand. I don't think that would have been that to me. That wouldn't have been a good mix, um, because I think at one time, uh, when I think of Jordan Brand, I want to say Wade, because Wade was with Jordan Brand, and then he ended up going to Converse. I could be wrong, but I know he ended up going to Converse. I know there was some people that went to Jordan Brand. Now Russell Westbrook, he ended up going to Jordan Brand, and of course, Luca ended up going to Jordan Brand, and they actually wanted Zion too, to be in at Jordan Brand and stuff. So he pretty much has he. There was already a lot of athletes there, and I think that, um, looking back at it now, AI was able to make his own name and make his own mark, and do something great, for that brand. Um, another Some other news to report now. Isaiah Thomas, IT, one of my personal favorites ever to do it, man. He's trying to make a comeback. He has signed with the Utah Jazz of G League affiliate team, um, and this is according to Sharania, and he's actually eyeing a comeback. Now, Isaiah Thomas is 35 right now. He's 35, and the last time that he officially played in the NBA was back in 2022, and I think that was when he played with the Charlotte Hornets, and they actually won that game. They actually won that game. I felt like Isaiah Thomas really hasn't gotten a fair shake. He hasn't gotten the shake uh, that he should have gotten. You know, I felt like they're doing him kind of like how they're doing guys like DeMarcus Cousins, just to name a few. Even when it came to Carmelo Anthony, because we have to remember back in 2017, that was one of the best seasons that we have seen. And when we talk about a guy like IT or Isaiah Thomas, and he was averaging, I think, like 20, if I'm not mistaken, like 28 points a game or something like that, and he was an MVP candidate. And for his size and for what he was doing at that time, it was phenomenal. But we all know uh, Danny Ainge is a shrewd asshole of a businessman, and things didn't pan out well for him. And even with the situation that he had went through regarding his sister and everything, I felt like the organization could have did him a lot better. They could have did him straighter than what they did. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that he's trying to get back into it. He actually was interested in playing for the Celtics again and actually being coming along for the ride. And I think the Celtics, it would be great for them to pick up a guy like Isaiah Thomas. And that's not to say that he's going to be who he was. When he was in that 2017 season. He did have some injuries and stuff like that. But I mean, he's still young enough to play and make a contribution. I don't know what y'all guys think, but I think that Isaiah Thomas is a joy to have on the floor. And besides, I mean, you have guys now that are playing later in their career. I mean, the obvious one is when you think of a guy like LeBron James, who said he wants to play until he's in his 40s. What's up with it, Brian Sugar? I see you in here, Bill. Um, he wants to play in his 40s, so I think it would be a great way for him to capitalize on where he started and finish where he started. He went through a lot of trials and tribulation. Then just him bouncing around and then him just making him look like he was a journeyman, and that's truly not what Isaiah Thomas was. I felt like he found a place when he was in Boston. I was actually rooting for him, and had he won a championship, man, that would have been phenomenal. But if you're just coming in, man, we were talking about AI, and we were also talking about Isaiah Thomas. And as a matter of fact, Allen Iverson actually happens to. It's weird. Allen Iverson actually happens to like a guy like Isaiah Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Because of course he's gonna root for the little man. But yeah, Isaiah Thomas has signed with the Utah Jazz affiliate. Uh, the team is called the Salt Lake City Stars. That's the team that Isaiah Thomas uh, has signed with. Um, do you think that AI, or not AI, Isaiah Thomas? Do you think that he can make it back to the league? Okay, that's the big question. I want to know from y'all. I think that if he has a chance to make it to a roster, I think he does. Even him just being a locker room guy, I think would be tremendous. Now there was I guess a little bit of a knock on him. I mean, at least that's what the media said. He I think he had a little bit of words um, with LeBron at that one time because you have to think. He was out in L.A. And that's not the first time that LeBron had actually had words with somebody that was trying to make a comeback. I remember he had words with, and I'm not trying to tie LeBron into it or whatever, but I'm saying that it might have had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what many people believe. But at the same token, why not give this guy a fair shake? Because I remember when Derrick Rose, he was trying to make his comeback and everything, and people got to realize that okay, now LeBron, he has keys to a lot of things. So if you try to come on the team or something like that, you have to follow. You have to follow in line with him and stuff. When those guys, they used to be the man. They were the men of their team. You know what I'm saying? They were that guy. Derrick Rose was that guy when he played in Chicago, and it was that guy when he played in Boston. You know, so Yeah, man. I just think it's great that IT is trying to make a comeback. I'm rooting for him. I mean, like I said, man, he's still young enough to do it. He's 35 years old. I don't want to hear any of this stuff talking about he's old and all this other stuff because there are people, like LeBron James and like, a few others, that have in the past that have played almost into their 40s. What's up with it, Pressure? I see you in here, man. Hey, Big Pressure. Uh, Hold on, man. Let me rinse you up too, bro. Pressure, you got a page, man? Cause if you got a page, man, I'll shout your channel out. I don't know if Pressure has a page, but I'm gonna tell you something about Big Pressure, man. The way that this guy, man, brings logic to the table, man, it's unbelievable, man. When he talked about the stuff that's going on the black top, he definitely keeps his ear to the black top. Hey, what's up with it, Ashley? We was talking about your girl Nicki earlier. You missed it. We were talking about Nicki Minaj. Salute to Ashley though. Yeah, I was trying to talk a little bit of music this morning and everything. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about hip hop. Also, I got to talk about some stuff that's been going on uh, in our country. Of course, that what's been dominating everything now is everybody. We got people with their feelings on how they feel about Trump and everything. But we definitely gonna get it. We definitely gonna get into that. You know, because with the election, and then also I want to get into talking about Fannie Willis too, because there's been some twists and turns in that whole little case that's going on. I'm getting. Are you getting the hang of it? Okay. Make sure y'all go sub to my boy, Big Pressure Cooker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't to be fucked with. Okay. Make sure y'all go sub to his page. All right. If you come, you better come correct. You better come with that logic, man. Or he gonna get on your helmet. You said, "Oh Lord, I'm actually not a big Nicki girl. I like her run with Gucci. She here. Well, yeah, she didn't give. She never gave. Listen, that's the thing. She never gave credit to Gucci. But see, last night I was telling Cypress. Shout out to Cypress. Shout out to Memphis. Listen, Memphis want to sit up there and he want to say that Nicki's all this great artist and all this other stuff. But everybody that y'all calling trash and all that other stuff, they have Grammys. Okay, even the person that me and Ashley was talking about, in terms of Sierra, she actually has a Grammy. She got one Grammy. Okay, listen, I know some people don't see that as a big deal, but it is a big deal, and especially for a black to have a Grammy. You gotta think about it. Beyonce holds the record for having 32 Grammys. So you got to do the math on that. So when we talk about, oh yeah, they're so great of an artist and all this other stuff, the first thing I'm gonna ask you is how many Grammys you got, in terms of Nicki, because well she got robbed and all this other stuff. No, she didn't get robbed. She had a chance. It's just that she wasn't as good as Cardi B. She wasn't as good as Megan Thee Stallion. That's just people. Nope. It means a lot. It means a lot. Gotta disagree with you on that, sugar. It means a lot. And Nicki, she's just really not as talented as Megan Thee Stallion on any level. Her freestyles. You go listen to Megan Thee Stallion freestyle and go listen to Nicki Minaj. Pretty much the only thing that you could probably give to Nicki is probably the way that she ad libs all the time. Other than that, her bars aren't as good. Plus, you had two other people that destroyed her career. Remy Ma destroyed her career. and so did Megan Thee Stallion, and she doubled down on it. So at one time, you could get her on a song and make it pop and everything like that, or make it hot and everything. But you can't say that about her now. She's going on tour, and she invited Cat Williams. Don't nobody know about it. But if Cardi goes on tour, everybody's gonna know about it. Megan goes on tour, everybody gonna know about it. Even Lotto, she go on tour, everybody gonna know about it. Sexy Ray go on tour, everybody gonna know about it. Glorilla go on tour, everybody gonna know about it. Ice Spice going tour, everybody gonna know about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about Nicki no more. But I don't like none of it. But I hear you. I know, baby. It's all about opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer listening to Nicki. But there go the link in there to Big Pressure. Y'all make sure y'all get his link. Let's run the brother Pressure up. But hey guys, I got a jet. I'm gonna pop out a little bit later. Make sure y'all like this video, share it, subscribe. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Until then, it's straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'll get at you later.